Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday. What's going on? I'm excited. It's your girl, Neo Soul recording artist Lahla-Hadiya, back to close this week's segment of Morning Tea with Mommy. How are you guys? Y'all know the drill. Let me see those thumbs ups. Those heart. Did I get my heart right? I don't know how to do these things. Those hearts, those happy faces. Let me know you guys are good, awake, alive, and ready to get your day started. Woo, we got a good one today. You know, we kind of keep it light on Fridays, but in light of what this weekend is, I thought I'd get into some thought provoking conversation, so we can have something on our mind for this weekend before we start letting our money go up in flames, literally in the air. So yeah, let me get my mom on, and we're gonna dig into this topic. I expect to hear some people saying some stuff, and I got I have some response to some things that have taken place in Facebook land with some of my Facebook family. I call them Facebook family because I'm connected to them on Facebook. Chose not to delete them. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but I got some response to that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me go ahead and get her on. Hey you.
Good morning. Good
Look
morning.
at
How
you
is
with your nude lipstick.
everybody? Trying something a little new.
I see you. I see you. You
How is
looking cute.
everybody?
Look, I'm gonna speak for them. They
Everybody?
good. Y'all
Everybody?
good, right?
Ev- Everybody? I can't hear you.
So look, they wouldn't let me do a watch party today. It's all good. So we're gonna have everybody under
Oh,
one virtual roof. So
that's
those who are
okay. We're
usually
gonna watch you.
those who are usually in the watch party, you guys get to meet my faithfuls in the actual live if you join. So everybody can be together. All right, so let your actions speak louder than your words. How about that?
Always,
Um,
always, always,
How about that? I
always.
have something that I want to read
Here we go. Here we go.
for you if I can find it.
Here we go,
Here it
y'all.
goes.
I hope everybody's ready.
Integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fun, fast, or easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply professing them. So, you guys see me with my, let me pull it up some. Y'all see that? My little Black Lives Matter? There you go. Let me do the rolling scroll for you. Black Lives Matter. That's my shirt, right? And so
Get you on.
I'm gonna get you one.
I have to make my own. You know me.
So I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter shirt today, right? It's significant for today's topic, and I'll tell you why. Um, First, in response, I've been meditating and praying on the right response because I know they've been watching me. I know they've been researching me, and that's good. That's good. I hope you found something juicy. Um, but I put on a post. I think it was last week. I had commented on a particular thread and got all kind of backlash. I guess they were just fed up with all the people who were coming at them in a derogatory way. And I simply asked one question. And so I guess when I jumped on and asked that question, they were already, in the midst of like being bombarded with people who were just like crushing on them. So I probably came in at the wrong time or maybe the right time. And so I had posed the question to my Facebookers, posted the thread and asked, was there a need for me to apologize? Because I can be very aggressive. I have been working on myself. You can ask my family and my children because I absolutely am a Rottweiler. I'm a Leo and I am passionate about what I believe. And so I have no holds barred. Sometimes I say what I feel and how it comes out is how it comes out. And so I have been more strategic in paying attention to how my delivery is, because it is important that it is delivered and received. And so I have been more intentional about how my delivery is, and not just being that rebel saying, "Yo, it's it is what it is." You know, sometimes when you want a message to be conveyed and received, delivery is everything. So I've been working on that. And so I did really good. For those who know Lahla-Hadiya, I did really good in the lack of response that people were looking for when I related to this young queen or this older queen. And so I just have one response to, kind of bring everything full circle. The issue was Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. She made a statement, All Lives Matter. And so I don't have any questions. My only response is show me. It's my response. Show me. So for all those people who say all lives matter, I don't have any questions. I don't want to dig into history. I don't want to pull out any documentaries. I don't want to, show you clips of people who have lost their lives to senseless killings and police brutality. I don't want to show you any of that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. The only thing I want to say to you is show me. That's it. Simple response. That's it. I'm going to let that breathe for a minute. All right. Now, getting into our topic, actions speak louder
Oh,
than
that was.
Oh,
I
you want
thought that was the topic.
that? That was just my response. I had
Yep.
I
Oh
had
yeah.
I had to pray about whether a response was necessary and what I would say, um, because I absolutely know myself. So I had to take some time because myself, that is being worked on and being reconstructed, um, is very or can has the potential to be very toxic when people attack my character. And so I had to pray on it, and it took a week. um and I still thought about it. Yeah, I still thought about it. I didn't delete the person because, a lot of times when you get into discussions like that, especially on social media, the first thing some of my people did, they was ready. They was pulling her up, researching who she was, because we're both in the same type of entertainment field. So they like, yo, who she know, who connected to who and who and who. And so, I can imagine, and it was my hopes that, it was being done on the other end, because I absolutely want you to look me up, my music and all that, put some more views on my plays, for my songs, so um but because I knew that was going on, I didn't want to delete, because I wanted you to understand who I was. And the question that I asked came from a genuine place, because I'm about making moves, right? And not just asking questions and talking smack on Facebook, because that's just not what I do. So that's my response. Moving into our topic, that was connected because the topic, your actions speak louder than words. Now I'm gonna talk to my queens and my kings. Let me put in the right order: my kings and my queens, um, about this movement that we're a part of. This movement that we've been attached to for the last couple of months, head on, and that's this Black Lives Movement. And so, as you know, season 4, which actually we're coming to a close, we got about 5 more episodes left of season 4. It's amazing. But in season 4, we're about getting that work, and putting in work and doing what we need to do, and not just talking about it, but being about it. We've discussed some of the things that are in our gut, what makes us tick, what makes us blow, what buttons to push and all of that. And so now we're about putting in the work. We started with talking about our seeds, which is the root of it all, the beginning, our babies, making sure you put the right vitamins in the water, which is our village. Those are the vitamins, the water, the soil, which is the spirit of God, the word of God, so that when our seeds begin to sprout through the soil, they get Him all in their being, and the water that is used to water the seed to make it grow is healthy, so that our seeds begin to blossom and they have a chance to succeed. We've been talking about that, and so now we're moving into our actions, what we say, what we instill in our children, what we're putting out in society. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that. We're coming up on what, 4th of July this weekend, tomorrow, and we also talked about in a couple of segments or a season ago about wisdom and about gaining wisdom, getting more information, and don't just do things. Teaching our children, don't just repeat a rap, understand what they're talking about, so that you're not just walking around blindly saying something that is causing detriment to your spirit. And so knowing everything that 4th of July entails. Um, I wonder how many of my kings and queens who are like power to the people are going to be celebrating 4th of July. And if you choose to celebrate anything this weekend, what that looks like for you. Because we've been marching, we've been chanting, um, we've been writing, protesting, looting, whatever you want to call it. Um, and so now we're at we're hitting stages of life in society where um, everything that we've been yelling and screaming and chanting about, this is the telltale of what that looks like for us. Um, because I've had a couple of conversations with some people during this whole movement, and people have talked about, yeah, man, I'm about supporting my own. I'm about, people who support us, and then you go to Popeyes and Burger King and Wendy's. Who else? Starbucks. You still patronize those places. And then after you finish eating and you lick the grease off your fingers, you put on your Black Lives Matter shirt and you march down to Black Lives Matter Plaza with your little picket sign and you marching. You marching. And they watching. Those them same people that own them stores. Them same people who are like, Black lives don't matter to them. And I
Hypocrites.
say, they absolutely right.
Hypocrites.
And so now it is time for us to start walking the walk that is attached to the talk. If Black
Amen.
Lives Matter, stop pouring into businesses where Black lives don't matter. Do your research. Don't just say you hungry and Wendy's is right there close to your house. We have a Burger King, a Wendy's, and a Popeyes right next to our house. First of all, I'm getting that good cooking on in my household. So my household is getting that good home cooked meal. However, there are days where we put the kids in the car and we just take them out for a breath of fresh air because they've been cooped up in the house with this quarantine. And we absolutely pass right by Wendy's and Popeyes and Burger King. Because if you're not going to support my people, you're not going to support me and who I am, and you're not going to support my life, and my life doesn't matter to you, I am not going to pour into an establishment that is growing to meet my demise. It's not smart, it's unwise, it's stupid, and it's time for us to walk in wisdom, and let our talk match up with our walk. And so, for some of us, it's some elbow grease, it's some strength, it's some self control, because we love certain foods, and well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Black Lives Matter, man, I'm hungry, and it's that willpower. What's more important to you? Are you a fake? Are you a fraud? Is this for real? If this is for real and you eat, sleep, and breathe this, then what you consume matters. Where you consume it from matters. You see a lot of people now who are taking it beyond just marching down on Black Lives Matter Row, Plaza. they're looking at places that, hey, the moment that you show me that you're not for us, we're going to boycott this whole place. So now we spreading our marches out, making them make sense. Making them make sense, taking them to the streets, taking them to the communities. Like, yo, we're no longer going to support people who don't support us. And let me just be clear, that's a black establishment and white establishments and Chinese and who, whatever you look like. If you don't support the people that look like me, if we're not a part of the lineup, then you don't get my money. You don't get my dollars. Because if I'm good enough for you to utilize my money to help you grow, then somewhere in there I should see where you are showing your appreciation. Because the appreciation ain't giving me the food. I paid for that. I somewhere in there I need some things to be given back to my community, some things to be established so that my people have the opportunities to succeed as well. And if I don't see that, then you don't get my dollars. And if we do that enough, then they have no choice but to allow certain things to be opened up by our people so that we can run things the way we know it should be run, and so that that whole all lives matter actually makes sense. Because until black lives matter, all lives don't matter. And so when we begin to put our money and we begin to put in the work to make sure that Black Lives Matter, then we can comfortably chant all lives matter, because absolutely all lives matter. And guess what? When all lives matter, it will be pointless for us to have to say it because it's already known. So let me hear what y'all got to say. I'm seeing paragraphs.
Let's
I
hear it. Let's
love
hear
it.
it.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Everybody's like, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Um,
morning.
Gerald
Yeah,
Anderson's on here. Quick shout out. Yo, he stayed up all night. I think we was up with him. We was
oh
up
yeah,
with you. You didn't know, but we was up with you because you know the Castros don't ever sleep. He was
okay.
working on the Life
Oh, yeah.
magazine. If you don't have it, you need to have it. You need to have
Exactly.
it.
I was up too, Gerald. I was
You
up.
need to
I was
have
up
it. We
with
was
it.
up in support of you, bro. Like you ain't get no sleep. We ain't get no sleep. So it is finished.
Come
The Life
on.
magazine, go check it out. The virtual copies are
I can't
up and
wait.
running. Give me some thumbs up, Gerald. The virtual
None,
copies
none
are ready.
express.
They are ready, and I'm not just supporting it because my baby girl is featured on the cover. That's not it. She's featured on the cover though. But what he
I,
talks about and who he interviews, some of the people that he brings to light, to the spotlight, are necessary to be heard. And some of the things, the topics that are discussed in his magazine is necessary, and put some wisdom in you. So go cop that. Go cop that. Um, Let me see. Put your money where your mouth is. I love what the Lord put on your heart to say in response. Yeah, it took a minute. I was struggling. I was struggling. He had to sit me down and was like, La, you done built a whole brand. Don't destroy it because there are other people watching you, and there are other people who are watching your response. Not just me. God said, I'm not the only one watching your response. There are other people watching your response. So
what mama
how
tell
you
you?
respond, the way I'm looking at it, is directly tied to your blessings because I give them. How you respond in relation to how other people see it is directly tied to um, your movement and what it is that you're talking, which goes along with this topic. Actions speak louder than words. I can't say one thing on here and then do completely opposite. That's how you get them people in the tabloids. Come on now, what it look like? I'm on here, speaking wisdom, spitting all this wisdom, and then on the 9 o'clock news, y'all see me strangling this chick. That ain't cool. So yeah, I had to absolutely redirect my emotions, and say something that was profound yet positive. I've seen a lot of directives about things to do to show our unity and support this month. These months, they are different and overlapping with do this on this day and don't do this on that day. If those could have somehow been consolidated, all these, if they could have consolidated all these, the actions would speak louder. And so I feel you. I'm really not big on the days, so much like creating days to like on this day we're gonna do blackout on that, because the thing is, um, if I'm not gonna give you my dollars because you don't support me, I'm not gonna give you my dollars. Period. Not just today, not just next week, not just this weekend, 4th of July. I'm not gonna give you my dollars. Period. Until you show me that my life matters along with all the other lives, that my kings and queens, my brothers and sisters, my babies, my little chocolate and brown babies, like that, until you show me that my little caramel chocolate, my little white chocolate babies, from the African American descent, like that they matter. I don't care what day. Pick a day. On that day, you won't get my money. Period. That's it. So I'm not big on, next Wednesday we gonna all do blackout. To me, that's I don't know. That's half assing it. I'm sorry. And so I'm not with that. Um, let me see. We don't need that garbage anyway. Right, right. You know what I'm saying? With all these people, like I have met so many, or I have been reintroduced to people that I've befriended that are in my in my circle, that I'm like, I ain't never seen so many healthy people, so many health gurus, everybody working out, everybody got a workout regime, and it's awesome, it's amazing. So it should be easy for us to keep our money in our pocket, and so like we keeping our money in our pocket, or putting it in black owned banks, or banks that, not just black owned banks, but banks that cater, or that give opportunity to our people, so that our money can grow, so that we can invest and build buildings and businesses. You build your own type of Burger King that got healthy burgers. You know what I'm saying? Because it does. And so how many of us know that it does matter where we put our money? Because I used to do banking. I did some everything, right? I used to work at a bank for about 10 years. Um, and so what happens is, which I'm pretty sure you guys know, you put your money in the bank. You put a large sum of money in the bank. They give you a interest rate on that money that you put in the bank, because they want you to keep the money in the bank. So the longer you keep the money in the bank, the more your money grows. The larger the interest rate, right? And so the reason why they do that is because they take that money while you're putting your money in there. Your money is sitting. Physically, your money is going out the door, because they're allowing people to get loans, right? And so when they get these loans, they get these interest rates, so that they can gain profit, so that they, when they get the money back, when they're paying the loans back, they're able to give you the large percentages that they're giving you, right, when they're making their payments. And so if the loans are being given to people who are building establishments that don't want us, don't like us, don't love us, don't regard us, why are you putting your money in that bank? So it's not even about, I'm gonna find a black owned bank. It's about finding a bank that, and I just said it, bro. He said, unfortunately, there's only one black owned bank in the area. It's not even about finding a black owned bank. Like, my thing isn't, and I'm probably gonna get some backlash. It's not so much everything black, because everything black. Some of it, I mean, what was the dude that was rolling with President Trump? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just because you black don't mean you for us. Let's just say that. So it ain't. It's not even about, for me. If it's a black establishment, I'm on it. I'm still doing my research, because I want to know that you for the people, like that you for us, that you're creating opportunities for us to be able to win as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be careful about this whole Black Lives movement. It's not about, so because of all these years that our people have been oppressed, what I'm looking for is to be able to now be the superior and now oppress you. It goes into a never ending cycle, because it's like, so then now they oppress and they want to, and it's going back and forth. If you're walking in the love of God, then it's about being able to spread love, and you want to be able to have a platform where that is able to be done. And so my stance on the whole Black Lives Matter movement isn't to make us superior, so to speak, like where now you're nobody. It's, yo, we're somebody. We're somebody just like you. And so if my skill and my intellect gets me to a place that is a little further along than you, so be it. But my motive isn't to, make you, nobody. My motive is to make sure you know I'm somebody. That's my motive. And so even in the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm not so captured with the whole buy black. I'm not. I'm. You haven't won me over with that, because there are some black owned businesses that absolutely support Trump, and so you might as well have white face. Like, so it really doesn't matter that you're black. It's, do you support my people? Do you create a space where my people can thrive and flourish just as you? Do you create a space where there is opportunity for us to be successful? And if that space is not, if I can't see that, if I can't see where you're doing that, and what that looks like is building up the community that you put your business in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put your mom and pop store in this community and then just, lock your doors and pull your little door down while the shooting is going on around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you just open up for them to put money in your establishment, and then you close up shop. You walk to the car with your bulletproof vest while they all shooting and killing each other, and then you bounce and you go to the suburbs. Like, I'm looking for people that are actually about building up people, you know. And I say black people because we for so long have been stomped on and stepped on and pulled down, and so it gotta start. You gotta deal with your house first before you start dealing with other people. So I'm absolutely for my people, but I'm also for my people who understand, who not blinded, and who are awake and stay woke to what is happening in society. So, like, I'm absolutely all about supporting my black businesses that pour back into the communities to support our black people. Like, yes, I'm with that. So yeah, I'm not big on just buy all black. Like, you can't just be black. You can't just be black in skin. You gotta be black in here. You know what I'm saying? Here. Like, so if like, your color don't really phase me if I see your actions speaking louder than, the words that you say. Yo, I'm black and I'm proud. What are you doing to help the black community? So yeah, um, let me see what else we got. Okay, yeah, he put it. Okay, cool. Gerald put up the link. I need y'all to cop the Life magazine. It's important. I need all y'all
Yes,
to do it today.
do it,
Um,
do it, do it.
The boycotting of these establishments is absolutely something that's doable. You make the most impact when you take your financial support away from these businesses. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey sis, yo, if they don't get your money, they can't survive. Like, that stuff, it costs money to keep these establishments open. Like, come on, you've seen it. That's why you get, so what is it, Vince's Seafood and Crab? Vince's Crab and Seafood. Show you how actions speak louder than words. So they the husband basically said something derogatory, and didn't allow something to come into his establishment that was attached to one of our kings, one of their patrons. And so as a result, our people came together in full force, as they do, and protested right outside and gave away free crabs. So it was no reason for people to even go in there. So they pissed. They were so empty that their employees was coming outside chilling, watching everybody drive past and get free crabs. And so they continued to boycott that establishment, continue to go out there and protest, and put some wisdom in people's minds on who they were supporting. And so as a result, um, they had to shut down. And so now, and I think the same thing is happening with the fish market. And so now, the wife is issuing an apology on behalf of her husband because you want your store back open. And so I need to see that you apologize, right? And I don't need to hear I'm sorry. There's enough sorry people in the world. I need to see that you apologize. I need to see that this was something that was poor action on your part or your husband's part. And why are you apologizing? What is wrong with his mouth? Is he mute? Um, like, yeah, so I'm not buying it. Literally, I'm not buying it. And I love seafood. So like that's what I'm talking about as far as your actions. Like everybody wants to scream, I'm sorry, when the money ain't flowing. As long as they get some of us going in there spending our dollars, they could care less. Like they'll say what they want. Like I'm very familiar with the fish market, and that dude is a musician just like me and my husband. And there have been times when we went in there. I remember one time we stopped going a long time ago. He's a drummer, and so he doesn't even let anybody on his drum set. Like he built that so that he could continue to be a musician for the rest of his life. And so anybody that has performed there, you best bet that there were some things that had to happen for them to perform there that I'm just not willing to be diminished and to be talked down to like I'm a nobody for me to perform in your place because you ain't big like that and your food ain't that great. So like I stopped going there a long time ago. My husband and I, like, we went there that time, had a conversation with him, was like, boop, that's it. Saw how he treated his waitresses, how he talked to them. I thought I was at the Players Club, like literally. So yeah, no, we pulled our money out a long time ago, but it didn't matter to him. Guess why? Because there were other people who love seafood, and so they were willing to spend their money. And so my little movement of not going, my family not going there and patronizing him didn't matter because he was still getting some of our dollars from our brothers and sisters who didn't exercise wisdom when they was putting their money in establishments because to feed their hunger. And so now we're at a place where you got to think everything matters now. And so you can't just you know um put on them shirts that say Black Lives Matter, power to the people, um Black fathers matter, Black children matter, my Black daughter matters, my Black son matters, Black mothers matter. You can't put on them shirts and then still patronize these people that don't care nothing about us. And let's just move off the establishments for a minute. You can't put on those shirts and walk the movements and you yelling at your kid in the store, telling them, calling them everything but a child of God because they didn't touch the banana that you told them don't put their hands on. You know, we have to start allowing or making sure that our our actions speak louder. I can say I love you all day, but if I keep smacking you upside your head, you believe I love you? Like I can tell you every time, every smack, I could be like, I love you. What you gonna believe? So, we have to be I say this word a lot, strategic, intentional about our movement. Our movement is exactly what it is, a movement. It ain't a speech. It's a movement. A movement. What you do, where you go, what you building. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's how you move. How you move. That's what a movement is. How you move, how you operate. And that speaks volumes over what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? Like after I get off my live, like what am I doing to back up everything I'm saying? That's more important, right? That's more important than what I'm saying to you. You can play back these shows all you want, but every time you see Lahla-Hadiya in public or in on social media outside of this, if I'm everything but what I represent when I'm here, like what's going to speak louder? So yeah, we gotta be intentional. My mother called it super hard, tough love. Yes, 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 absolutely. Um, let me see. I'm reading, y'all. I'm reading. How do you see an apology? What would be an acceptable apology? What would be an acceptable apology? We're putting our money into your establishment. Um, do I see us employed there? And if I see us employed there, how do you treat us? How do you treat us as employees? How do you treat us when we walk through the door? Is it the same as the other skin color that walks through the door? You're in a community where we live, you know? Um, how much of your dollars is being poured back into the community? How many customer appreciation days do you have in the community? What are you creating? Are you partnering with other businesses in the community to help our young princes and princesses stay off the street? That's an apology to me, and that's putting your money where your mouth is. Like that's your action speaking louder than your words. Um, what was the thing that even caused us to boycott you in the first place? Like, cause yeah, I get it. All people make mistakes, but like, apology ain't good enough for me. Like, yo, like, and I don't even need you to walk in there with a kente cloth, like for real. Um, like they did. I'm not even going to talk about that. But yeah, I don't even need you to do that. But what you need to show me that you understand that what you did was diminishing, degrading, disrespectful, despicable, any other D word you can think of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to show me that you understand that, and that we built you. Like, we built you. Look where you're housed. Look where your establishment is. And it's more than just giving out a free crab. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said it, a free crab. Like, it's more than that. Like, I need you to pour into the community that has kept you alive financially. I need you to begin to pour back into that community. Let that be the biggest I apologize that you could ever give. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, pack up and roll out, homie. Period. That's it. Right. An apology cannot simply be spoken. It must be shown. The whole point of actions speak louder than words. What you got, mommy? I done talked for a whole 30 minutes. I was on fire this morning. I'm sorry, man. I was
I'm
on fire.
enjoying it. I was about to go
I was
pop
on
some
fire. I got
popcorn.
some thoughts and stuff. I done heard. Shout out to my sis Lakia. I done heard some powerful messages this week from other people who have some podcasts and some live shows going on, and so I done wrote my ideas down. I'm ready to move. I woke up
Yeah, I
excited.
see.
So
Yeah, I just needed some popcorn to go along with my tea this morning.
popcorn
This
and tea. That's
is
nice.
all good. It's all
That's
good.
nice.
What can I say? I've been black a long time. I've been black a long time. And I've seen it all. I've seen a lot. Um, First thing, just a few things come to my mind. Um, Cause you black don't mean you ain't whack. We've got a lot of
That was cute.
white folk, white face black folk, okay? And I've seen it all. I've seen it all, and like love, apologies are action words. Apologies should be an action. And the topic says it all. Let your actions speak louder than your words.
Yeah.
And that says it all right there. Um, I live in this country. I was my forefathers were brought to this country. They were dragged to this country. They were, it wasn't a voluntary thing, but yet we're here. Like Celie said, I'm here, you know, and because I'm here, I should have the same inalienable rights as anyone else. Had this country done by us, Black folk, from the outset, we wouldn't have a need for Black Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter or Red Lives Matter. All lives do matter. However, because of the manner in which the deception in which the country was built, you know, um, it is what it is. We are now realizing, or it's hitting home, that we don't have the same rights as others. And that is the reason where a black man uh, taking the knee caused so much negative attention, versus a white man taking a knee and destroying a person's life, not only a person's life, but a family's life, but a people's life.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you don't do things in the right way, it has a way of coming back at you, whether it's through a march, whether it's through a fire, whether it's through whatever destruction that we are seeing nowadays, not condoning violence of any kind, but for every action there is a reaction, as simple as that. And so, I would say, when we sing the words to the Star Spangled Banner, or hear it played, when we stand and pledge, I challenge everyone, as I used to do even as a kid, what do these words mean? Are they just for white people? Are they just for blue people, green people, yellow people, black people? It's supposed to be for everybody. But if you actually go back and listen to the words to those songs that we have been forced to stand to give allegiance to, they're not about us in the beginning. You know, they're not even about us. Okay. So when we shoot the fireworks up and we are celebrating, what are we celebrating? Are we whose freedom are we celebrating? You know, and I'm asking those questions rhetorically. Um, uh, and it really it saddens me, has always saddened me, to grow up under the era where the white man's ice is colder. Follow where I'm going with this. The white man's ice is colder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the mentality that a lot of us have grown up under, and we hold to those things, which brings us to the point of, why are we not building our own build businesses? Why are we not supporting Black businesses? You know, um, with the large number of Black folk that there are, there's no excuse whatsoever for us not flourishing and building our community with Black businesses. Um, a, a great deal of the white businesses are where they are, goes back to the cotton field, free labor, and it saddens me when I hear my white brothers, like question, what is a reparation? When they question, why should we pay y'all back? What are we paying you back? You paying us back for the 40 acres and the mules that we didn't get. You're paying us back for the free labor that you got from us. But rather than crying over spilt milk, let's support each other. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, for real, we don't do well in the avenue of supporting each other. It's like the crab syndrome. It's like, I get up, but and somebody else is struggling trying to get up, and rather than reaching back and supporting and helping them, we turn our nose down on them, or we don't want them to get, we're afraid they're going to surpass us, rather than working together.
Yeah.
And that's where I am at this point in terms of whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's supporting Black businesses. Yes, Lala, yes, it should be an everyday thing that we support our Black businesses. There are enough Black businesses right now if we
Replicable
all
Black
reach back
businesses.
and support each other, whether it's in the music business, recording business, whatever. The best thing we can do right now is to support each other. Start from where we are, support each other, support our Black businesses. And that's my handle. Support Black businesses. One thing I've always done, I've always supported the women's rights, my Black people, businesses, uh, and that's the only way we're going to get ahead. It has to start somewhere. We've got to support each other. We must support each other. And the t-shirts are nice, the signs are nice, the street signs are nice. You can paint the whole town. I think it was a Clint Eastwood movie where they painted the whole town red or whatever. That's all good. But at the end of the day, are we really buying into it? Are we really, keyword, buying into it? Are we really supporting each other? And that's what needs to happen. That topic, let your actions speak louder than your words. There's an old saying, a cliche, what you're saying, you're talking so loud that we can't hear a thing you're saying. So we've got to give substance to what we're saying that we believe in. Support Black businesses. That's I stick to it. Those are my last words for now. And that's where I am at this point.
And for all those establishments that think that um, we're going to come and put our money in your establishment anyway, so you can deal with us however. We not begging, we buying. My mama used
There
to
you
always
go.
say that to me. We not begging, we buying. And if
That's,
enough of us carry that attitude and believe that within yourself, like, you're not begging, you buying. This is my money.
absolutely,
Like, I keep your
absolutely,
lights on. I
absolutely.
allow you to write checks. Without my money being poured into your establishment, you
That's
cannot write checks. You cannot pay your bills. You can't pay your overhead charges. And eventually you collapse. So I'm not begging. I'm not begging for you, in response to a statement about, what does an apology look like, and what can they do? Like, yo, you wronged the community. The
Do you
community
realize
didn't
how
wrong
much
you. You wronged the community. So, in order for you, like, yes, absolutely cool. We can sit down at the table, but I'm not going to find out where we can rent out the space to sit down at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your work. That's what you need to do. I am not going to say, hey, let's sit down and talk. We've done
who
that for
called the
so
meeting?
long. We've done
Who
that for
called
so
the meeting?
long. Huh? Yeah, you call a meeting. If it
Yeah,
is that
you called
important
the
to
meeting.
you,
Do
you call
we
the meeting.
realize how much of a loss in just a few days that was the fish market and the crab place? Do you realize how much they've lost in just those few days? Do you realize how much we've saved that could be redeposited into our own businesses? You know what I'm saying? And if we would really stop and just think about that, save some money on those fireworks instead of spending money going up in smoke. Let's invest some of that firework money. How about that? Let's invest some of that. Because what you celebrate, will you celebrate not being free? I'm just saying.
She just saying, y'all. I mean, it's
I'm
the
just
truth.
saying.
Like, and we get stuck on traditions and things that were passed down. So every year, my parent, our family get together. That's what we do. We have a Fourth of July cookout. Everybody putting meat on the grill, and everybody bring a dish, and then the kids is out there, and we light the fireworks. And we've been doing that for years, y'all. And so, like, at what point do you look at what you've been doing and how ineffective it is? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do we look at that and say, is this just passing the time away? And what did we talk about before? Like, it's not that we don't have enough time. We wasting time. We
Yeah,
wasting
we are.
time.
You know,
And so
I have visions of that long line of people waiting to get, what was it, the new sneakers that came out? We're in a
in
pandemic.
a pandemic, Bama's was, yes, they Bama's.
I
Bama's was
have
lined
visions.
up.
Oh my goodness.
So whatever virtual meeting that you're in, what meeting are you in
You
that you
gonna
gonna
take
kick your
your
shoes up
shoes
on
up.
the desk so everybody can see that you got the new Jordans? Smart
I don't get
investments.
it.
You know what I'm
I
saying? Make smart investments. Like, because again, we started this season with, starting at the root, at the seeds. Our seeds are babies. And so they're watching. People, it was a lot of people commenting, like, our babies are watching us. They're watching more than they're listening. They're watching. And so what we do is important. And what we did is irrelevant right now. Where we are right now, if you want to be in this movement, if you want to really represent Black Lives Matter, like, if that is a thing to you, then your actions have to change. They have to adjust. Like, you have
absolutely.
to look at
Yeah,
them, and some in some instances reestablish what it is that you're fighting for. Like, what are you fighting for? What are you marching for? What are you chanting
absolutely.
for? What are you
Right.
protesting for? Because if you leave the protest and you go back and you pour into somebody that don't
Same
care
old,
nothing
same old.
about you, you shouldn't have went out there. Like, it was pointless for you to
Absolutely.
even be out there.
Know
You're
your
wasting
cause.
time and
Know
energy.
what the cause is. Know what the cause is. And you know what? I applaud those businesses um, that have already from the jump, they decided to contribute funds or monies towards the cause. Okay, they decided, whether you want to call it reparation or what, they have, and that's what I call putting your money where your mouth is. Where you put out monies and say, this is monies that we are contributing towards whatever their reason is. The fact is they're putting their money where their mouth is. Now, there's a couple of them, like I think I just saw recently KFC uh, was contributing. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me. I just read part of it because I'm scanning through all of these, posts. But I need them to get their chicken right for real, though.
I need
For
them to
this,
have real chicken.
I need them to get some real
I
chicken.
stopped eating KFC years ago. KFC,
I didn't
Taco Bell. My
eat
kid,
it.
we stopped
Yeah,
eating Taco Bell so long. My kids don't even know what that tastes like. They ain't never had Taco Bell
look,
ever.
I need them to get some real chickens, with some of that money. But it's all good. The thought is it's a, I, it's the thought that counts, you know. But get your chickens right first. But no, seriously, I really think it's a start to call a meeting, come to the table. This is what we're gonna do. I don't need to hear your yada yada blah blah blah. I need to hear what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do. And for real, it starts, we have to do what we have to do as well as a people. We have to do what we must do as a people. Um, think about those five when you're spending all that money on fireworks. Celebrate. What you celebrating? What you celebrating? Okay. You celebrate whose freedom? Whose freedom again? Tell me whose freedom you celebrate. Okay, because it sure wasn't ours. Um, so we have to really start thinking, using your head, using our head, using your brain matter. Okay. And a lot of things that we're doing, which is just like a spinning wheel. It's like you're wasting precious time. This, I'm gonna tell you, this is a time during the time where we're supposed to be social distancing and at home. There should not be as many vehicles out on the streets because we're kind of trying to play it safe. So this is a time where we can use that time to plan, to start putting those plans into action, saving those coins that we would ordinarily be investing in these businesses that don't give a hoot about us. Okay. And, but I have these nightmares, visions of a knee, of a country getting upset because a Black man took a knee in support of the violence and so forth of our people, and versus, you didn't, how much of a dissent did you hear, how much did you hear about um, a white man taking a knee to someone's neck and causing a death? You know what I'm saying? You get upset. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do, but I don't.
60 seconds.
So,
Last words. What you got?
what was that?
60 seconds. Last words. Your last thoughts.
Love you guys.
That's it.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
You got a whole minute.
Keep it real. Save the money from the fireworks. Invest. Get you a little jar. Invest that money. Say, I'm going to plant a seed, whether it's in your biological family or your family that you have inherited uh, through the spirit. Save some coins. Invest. Invest. We come together. Come together. Where's the love, folk? I think that was Roberta Flack. Where's the love? Where's the love? Put your money where your mouth is. I'm done.
Hey, absolutely. We have to be, what did we say last season? A part of the problem or a part of the solution. If you're not a part
Yeah,
of the solution, you are absolutely part of the problem. Um,
absolutely. There is no
absolutely a
middle
part
of
of
the
the
road.
problem. Um, yeah, there is no on the fence. Like you either part of the solution or you part of the problem. And so we have to start making these movements count. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to just march and chant. Um, that's cool, that's good, but there has to be something behind it too. There has to be
Please.
some legs on those marches, some branches to those marches that say, we coming to the table, and this is what we're establishing. You know what I'm saying? We got people that's doing the research to see who is over some of these shopping centers and over some of these stores. Like, you don't want them to burn down the stores in the community, then let's do some research and let's make sure that we're inputting some of us in those communities as far as store owners, as far as business owners, and not just renting out the space. You know what I'm saying? Let's come to the table and put us in there permanently. Like, don't put no band-aid on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't slap a band-aid on my
That's
wound
it.
and
That's
pat me on my back and send me on my way. Like,
and that's
I
all you're
need you
doing.
to begin to pull out the infection that has been embedded in this sore, in this cut that you've given us as black people. So it's not enough to put a band-aid on it. I'm sorry, due to mental illness. Then, hey, then what you doing to pour into to that field? Because there are a whole
Right.
bunch of people who are struggling with mental illness, especially in the black community. So then
Hmm.
you should be spearheading that. You should be opening up an establishment to help those who are mentally ill, who still want to be in the workforce. Like, don't use that as
Absolutely.
an excuse to say I'm sorry. Like, come on. Let your actions speak louder than your words. That's what I'm looking at. And so,
Sorry gets what
what
sorry
how
does.
can they apologize? Yo, you called a meeting. You called a meeting. We ain't calling a meeting. We gonna march and we gonna protest and we gonna boycott. We gonna show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I tell my kids that all the time. I can show you better than I can tell you. I'll show you better than I can tell you. So we're not gonna pour our money in there no more. And if you want to talk about it, you call the meeting.
Actions speak louder than
You call the
words.
meeting. Simple as that. So, guys, let's be more intentional. We have to change the narrative. Reconstruction, exactly, my angel. Like, reconstruction. Like, it has to be a new construction of how we operate. You want different results, you have to do things different. You have to do things differently. We can't keep doing the same old things. Look at history. The same old things happen. We march, they let us paint something on the ground, and then, or they take down a statue, and we cool. 6 months later, we back into it again. So let's allow ourselves to think deeper, operate in wisdom, so that we can begin to change the narrative. And that is our time. My tech came up here. I don't know if he came up here to say hi or if he came up here to tell me that
Justice, no peace. Justice, peace. Justice,
Is he marching?
justice, no peace.
okay, see,
Justice.
you know what? Anyway, I love you. And of course, my mama loves you. And most importantly, God loves you too. That's why it's important for us to operate in wisdom. operate in wisdom. We can no longer operate blindly. Don't let it stop at the marches. You know what I'm saying? Do some research. Do your research. Do your
And
research. Stop pouring into people who are not pouring into you.
absolutely, do not compromise your integrity.
Not at all. Um, yeah. And that's it. That's all. It's your girl, Lahla-Hadiya, closing up another segment, wrapping this week's segment of Morning Tea with Mommy. It's been awesome. It's been real. I hope we put something on your mind. I told you season 4, we about it. We getting this work. You know, we just no longer talking about things. We're gonna discuss how we can move forward, how we can change our narrative to make things look different for us and our community and our nation. So let's get that work, y'all. It's your girl Lahla-Hadiya once again. Enjoy your weekend, yo. If you celebrating, let it be about something for real. You know, don't just throw up your money and smoke just because it's tradition. You know what I'm
Get your
saying?
little jar. Put that money,
Know what I'm
firework
saying?
money in it.
Yeah, right. All right. Until next week, 7:30 bright and early. You guys enjoy your weekend. Be safe.